Go ahead, guys. Say your names.
Phyllis. My name is Phyllis.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Reggie.
Your name?
I'm Max.
Stephanie.
And I'm Kat, and this is my persuasive speech. Okay. Right there. All right, so I'm sure you all have heard about the devastating California wildfire, which has destroyed the town of Paradise, killed 48 people, and is still burning. There is no doubt that this is an effect of global warming. You may think there is nothing you can do to prevent global warming from getting worse, but there are many ways you can combat climate change. One easy thing you can do is reduce the amount of meat you consume. Not only is eating less meat good for the environment, it also has many health benefits. So the first reason why you should consider eating less meat is because meat production is bad for the environment. Elon Roos from the Swedish University of Agricultural Science stated that the process contributing to major carbon emissions during meat production are feed production, feed digestion by animals, manure handling, and energy use in slaughterhouses. The UN's Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change recently released an alarming report that said if we don't take drastic measures to reduce carbon emissions in the next few years, we will experience more extreme weather conditions that are even worse than the California wildfire. These can include like droughts, like heavy rains, hurricanes, just really bad. Second, meat is harmful to your health. Todd Datz from Harvard stated that consuming red meat is associated with increased risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain forms of cancer. This is because red meat contains harmful ingredients such as sodium and carcinogens that form during cooking and a lot of saturated fat. A study at Harvard showed that one daily serving of unprocessed meat was linked to 13% increased risk of death, and one serving of processed meat was linked to a 20% increased risk of death. The study also showed that replacing red meat with other forms of protein like legumes, nuts, whole grains, and tofu reduced this risk. So basically, you don't have to be a vegan to help the environment and your health. If you just eat less meat, you're still making a difference. And today finding meat replacements is easier than ever with all the different cuisines we have in America. Researchers at the Spanish Instituto de Salud Carlos stated that Mediterranean diets like Italian and Greek diets are linked to lower risk of cardiovascular disease. These people from these countries eat lots of olive oil, fruits, vegetables, nuts, red wine, which I don't know how healthy that is, but they also eat moderate amounts of fish and poultry and not a lot of red meat and dairy. Also, Indian and Thai cuisines are also healthy and low in meat, so next time you go out to eat, you could try Italian, Indian, or Thai food for a change. Last is you can also buy meat replacements at the grocery store. One brand that I really like is Morningstar Farms. They have veggie burgers, bacon, tofu ground beef, and it's really good. So there's been a lot of encouragement to eat less meat recently. There's a movement called Meatless Monday, which encourages people to skip eating meat one day a week. They implemented this in schools and universities where they will stop serving meat for one day a week and have other options such as tofu and falafel, stuff like that. Researchers at Johns Hopkins showed that this approach works better than methods by hardcore animal rights groups such as PETA, who kind of make it seem like you have to be vegan to make a difference instead of just eating less meat. PETA just kind of guilt trips you. They don't really tell you a lot of facts. They just tell you you have to be vegan, or you're awful. This all or nothing hostile approach is just rude and annoying, and no one wants to listen to that. Also, the Earth Day Network came up with some statistics about skipping meat one day a week. If you eat one less burger a week, it's equal to taking your car off the road for 320 miles. If you skip steak once a week with your family, it's equal to taking your car off the road for 3 months. And finally, if the entire US doesn't eat meat or cheese one day a week, it's equal to not driving 91 billion miles or taking 7.6 million cars off the road. So finally, I am just trying to persuade you to eat less meat. Whether you want to commit to a full vegan diet or you just want to occasionally swap out a Big Mac for a veggie burger, you are still making a difference. Last, I encourage you to share this information with your family and friends and suggest that next time you eat out or cook at home, you can try some vegetarian dishes. Who knows, you might find your new favorite food.